All right, today we're talking Dallas Cowboys rookie guard Tyler Booker in his preseason debut. A lot of good stuff to break down. Booker has a bright future this season and overall with the Dallas Cowboys. If you're interested in more Booker content or more Cowboys film reviews, consider becoming a member of my Patreon channel, All 22 with Nick Rudman. There's a link in the description box below. But without further ado, let's jump into the film. All right, we're going to open up with a pretty simple running play. We're going to get 16 in motion pre-snap this direction. Then number one is going to come post-snap and lead through the hole just like this. Tight end's going to block out. We're going to get a double team right here, working up to the next level. Base block here. We're going to get double team here, working up to the next level. So this is a situation when it's all said and done that the rookie Booker ends up on the second half of this double team, one-on-one on this defensive tackle. Solid effort. Needs to work on the finish specifically here. Let's check it out. There's motion. There's a snap. You can see number one wrapping around. You can see the design cutback. The initial surge, pretty good. Good movement, 71-66. BB covering up the defensive tackle there. Solid job there, not spectacular. Here, Booker, 75. Decent amount of movement there, good dislocation. Now here, if you're Booker, just get your right foot in the ground. I mean, he is trying. He just gets a little twisted there. But I tell you what, if he just works that right foot up there a little bit, he can finish this block, and it's a really nice play, right? They get up to the next level. Now here's a situation where you'd like 75 to turn back to the play side or the backside linebacker there. I don't know who was supposed to have play side versus backside. My guess is number one would have play side, and then you'd have 75 going backside. But either way, no one picks up the backside linebacker. Somebody needs to. Preseason, these things are hopping. But you look at Booker here, decent job there. Now just get your feet in the ground, keep a better base, and you can finish the block better. Decent start for the rookie. All right, next play, it's going to be an outside toss going this direction. Booker right there, number 52, of course, is on the backside. You're just trying to cut off this defensive tackle right here. Make sure you can't flow over the top or quickly undercut it to kind of blow the play up. This defensive tackle for Baltimore, he's a run-stuffing guy, not a great athlete. Makes it an easy cutoff block here for Booker. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the toss. Let's look at 52. Again, he's just trying to cut off this defensive tackle. Does a great job there. He turns back around and gives him a shove. I think at this point, I would like him to just keep working up, trying to find someone else to hit. But this isn't terrible, right? Make sure you secure this guy. Make sure there's no way he can pursue from the backside. Plays dead anyway, but solid job from 52. All right, going with some pass protection, what the Cowboys are going to do is they're going to slide their protection in terms of play side to the offensive right. So the right tackle is going to take this gap, the right guard Booker is going to take this gap, and the center is going to take this gap. And we're going to get one-on-one on the backside, one-on-one here, and then one-on-one here, just like this. The way it works for Booker is that this defensive lineman, he's actually going to fire inside. The center's going to pick him up, and then Booker waits and recognizes when the linebacker fires, and he does a great job securing him. Unfortunately, someone comes off the edge unblocked, and the quarterback doesn't see him, results in a safety. But Booker right here has a dominating rep, finishes up with a defender on the ground. Nice job from the rookie. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the center, right guard, right tackle, all taking the gap to the right. You can see man-on-man on the backside. Let's look at 52, right? Guy goes away. Great job. Hands it off to the center. I love how he kind of has that little tap to his buddy right there saying, hey, man, you got him, you got him, you got him. Yeah, I got him, man. Good to go. Cooper Beebe, I know what I'm doing. Booker squares up the linebacker, picks him up, shuts him down, gets a little help, and then buries him. Now, look, you'd love the corner to do a better job recognizing this corner blitz, but to be fair, it is preseason. I mean, the Ravens, they threw a lot at the Cowboys. You're talking a pretty complicated zone blitz backed up. I mean, you'd expect to see this, in the regular season. I tell you, a tough situation for any quarterback, young offensive line here in a preseason game. But Booker does his job well, hands off the defensive tackle, picks up the linebacker, ends up on top of him. Nice play. All right, sticking with the pass protection, this play is going to end up basically man-on-man across the board. So right tackle is going to be man-on-man. Booker's going to be man-on-man on this 3 technique, line up on the outside shoulder. BB, man-on-man right here. Left guard, man-on-man here. Left tackle right there, man-on-man on the outside. What the Cowboys are going to do is they're going to shift pre-snap. 40 is going to go here, and 27 is going to go here. I wonder if there's some kind of funky alignment. You'll notice 27. He looks a little confused, but Booker doesn't look confused. He does a really nice job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a shift. Look at 27's hand there, right, when he lines up. A little open palm. Look at that real quick. Kind of little things like, what's going on, guys? But anyway, let's look at Tyler Booker right here. Good job, good punch, anchors it, nicely done. Technically sound in the pass protection game. Coming out of college, coming out of Alabama, his biggest strength was pass pro, and you can see why here. Feet in the ground, bam, bam, bam. Good punch, inside hands, nice work. All right, we're going to get a little play action bootleg here. So the running back's going to take this track, and everyone up front on the offensive line is selling wide zone to the left right here across the board. So when you're the Dallas Cowboys offensive line up front, and certainly this rookie here, your job is basically twofold. You want to sell run, but you also want to make sure none of these defensive linemen here can accidentally backdoor it and blow up the play. So you basically want to make it look like you're doing a poor job trying to cut off this defensive tackle, get him running this way, and then kind of slingshot him down the line of scrimmage. Booker does a pretty good job here. It's not a really challenging play, but he still executes. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the play action path across the board. Let's look at this Cowboys offensive line. Again, you want to sell it like you're bad at zone blocking. And Booker, that's a good job, right? He's trying to act like he's cutting him off, and he does a really, bad job, quote unquote, doing it. Forces defensive tackle to run, gets him to flow with it. No one near the quarterback. Tell you what, forcing that ball downfield to Hunter Lipke. I tell you what, Lipke's a good receiver out of the backfield, but man, that's a tough coverage assignment there. This is a situation here where Milton, just run it, dude. Just run it. But we're talking about Booker here. Overall, again, doing a good job selling the bootleg, selling the zone for the bootleg off of it, I should say. Nice play from the rookie. All right, passing situation. We can see the Ravens have a double A-gap pop right here with these two linebackers. This is where it can get complicated and confusing, but the Cowboys do a pretty good job here picking it up. What they do is they have the entire left side, center left guard, left tackle working the gap to their left. Left tackle going that gap, left guard going that gap, center going that gap. So that way, if these three guys rush, they're on them right there, those three right there. And then on the backside, we're one-on-one right here and one-on-one right here. And then the running back, his job is to pick up number 40, or he's the hot downfield if 40 decides to blitz, right? That's how the Cowboys structure it. And they do a pretty good job picking it up. So here, if you're Booker, you got to ignore all the cheese in front of you. It's hard, but you're man-on-man right here. 52 does a really nice job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. Linebackers escape. There you go. Makes it a simple pass pro. Booker engages, locks him down. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, right here. You got a power rush right into your chest. Defensive lineman thinks he's going to walk him into the quarterback. Look how he anchors his hips. Oh my goodness gracious. You talk about strong. Good Lord Almighty, right there. It's just dead. This guy is trying his butt off. This Ravens defensive tackle is running his feet full speed, and he just gets stomped like he ran into a wall. Oh my goodness. You talk about doing good things against the Eagles. Talking about good things against the Giants with Lawrence. The big guys up front. This is really nice right here from Tyler Booker. I mean, this is good stuff. You can see why he was selected in the first round. Great play from 52 here. All right, going back to the running game, this is a really good learning example here for Tyler Booker, and you can see him right there going the other direction at right guard. So it's going to be an outside zone kind of concept. So we're going to get a double team right here with these two guys working up to the next level, and we're going to get basically a zone double team right here working up to the next level and backside cutoffs, right? Standard zone double team kind of stuff. You're trying to get this defense, these three guys here, dislocated so the running back can cut back behind them, or you want to get a really good seal here and then get this guy up to the next level and the running back can follow just like that. But that's really hard to do. That doesn't happen very much. Booker actually almost does too good of a job here. He actually reaches this really tight three technique, and it actually forces the running back when he cuts back to run right into his guy. Learning opportunity here. This is what preseason is all about timing and figuring all these things kind of out. Let's watch it. All right, BB points him out, right? Communicating. That's what it's all about right there, working with the center. Zone double teams across the board. He gets some reach, which is pretty good, but he almost overreaches him a little bit, right? The running back, he's again looking for a cutback on these inside zone and outside zone kind of schemes. And right here, even though I think if he hits this hole, he has a chance. It's a narrow little hole. I think the tight end's got a tough block there. I don't know if the running back would have been able to squeeze through. But right here, if you're Booker, you overreached him a little bit. This is something where you just stay on his right there. That's a good position. Stay right there. Don't go too far past, because it allowed him to come off and make the play. Again, learning opportunity for the young guard. This is a situation where he's actually too good of an athlete. He reaches this guy too easily. Slow it down a little bit. Stay on him. Keep working your feet. And look, you still end up reaching him. Like right here, you still have him reached. Even before that a little bit. Like right there, you still have him reached. Don't go too far. Great learning play here from Booker. All right, next play here is going to be a very basic old school kind of concept. So we're going to get double teams inside working up to the next level. We're going to get the tackle working out here. Booker's going to be one-on-one on this three technique. This tackle's working out. Tight end's working up the field here to get on number 32, and fullback's going to loop all the way around just like this. A running back's going to take a counter step and either follow the fullback or get north and south wherever he can find a hole. It's a very vanilla kind of scheme here. You don't see it a lot in today's NFL. But let's watch Booker. One-on-one on this base block on a three technique. He opens the hole. Good job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the double team inside. Cooper Beebe gets held, gets tackled. Hey, look, no flag. It's the preseason. You see tight end working up to the next level. You can see tackle working out. Let's look at Booker right here at right guard on number 91. Gets on him, squares him up, good hands, moves his feet, opens up the hole. Nice work. I know it's preseason. That's a preseason defensive tackle, but this is winning football, opening up the hole. That's what you need right there. Now, look, it's going to be tougher in some of these, regular season matchups against better defensive players, but this is a really good job right here from 52. Again, running his feet, keep working. It's not just the initial contact. The initial contact is fine. Right there, that's fine. Watch how he keeps pounding his feet. Keep pounding, opening up the hole for his running back. All right, we're going to get another toss out here to the left side of your screen, the offensive right. Booker's job here is to reach number 91. It is a tough block, and he does a really good job. Even as 91 keeps working upfield, Booker stays with him, helps open up a solid hole on the outside. Let's check it out. All right, there's the toss. You can see Booker reaching 91. Nice job. Good initial athleticism right there. Here, though, he keeps working. He keeps running, keeps working, stays on him. Work, work, work. Keep running your feet. No holding. Nice job. This is good football, guys. It's not just the initial block. It's staying on it, right? Let's compare him. And I don't want to pick on 66 Bass here, but let's compare him to Bass, right? Bass right there and Booker right there. Okay, but Bass kind of has to grab and hold. Not a great rep there. But Booker gets on him, runs his feet, stays with him, keeps working, allows the running back to cut back behind him. Great effort, great motor. I tell you what, in the running game, Booker moves his feet at a high level. He plays with a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of finish. He's not necessarily the greatest pancake artist of all time, but I love his effort and intensity, and you see it right here. All right, very basic running concept here for the Dallas Cowboys. Running back taking a simple inside track. We're going to get man-on-man there with a little help from BB working over on the double team, trying to get to the next level. Booker's trying to reach number 97 and work him upfield. We've got the tackle trying to reach backside, get movement here. Tight end following the same track. Again, it's not a very complex play. It's very simple stuff. But let's look at Booker here. Does a really good job taking on 97, reaching him, and again, moving his feet at a high level. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap you can see right there. Kind of zone double team right there, trying to work up to the next level. Decent little movement here across the board, nothing special. Let's look at Booker, though. Again, he's a good athlete. Watch how he, with a little help from the center, reaches 97. That's good, and then stays on him, squares him up, and keeps running his feet the entire time. He doesn't quit. He plays to the echo of the whistle. I love that from offensive linemen. That's that Alabama mentality, that nastiness, that physicality. That's what they need at the guard position. Look, we know he's a great pass blocker. We've showed it already, and we'll show it more going forward. But I love his finish and his effort in the running game and execution, too. Nice rep from the rookie. All right, play action pass here in the Cowboys offensive line. Everyone is going to take the gap to their left, the right side of your screen right here. Tight end's going to work out, and the play fake to the running back right here, he's then going to take this gap. So we got every gap covered. That gap, that gap, that gap, that gap, that gap, and that gap, and finally that gap. So this is a situation you can see right here that there's not a lot of people in Booker's gap. If 97 doesn't fire this way, his job is just to stay in, help on 45, and look for someone to come. Smart play from Booker. Easy play, though. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. There's a play action. You can see the gap protection across the board. Pretty good protection across the board. 97 doesn't come. Booker's there. He's looking. Maybe, just maybe, he should have left and help right there on 97, but that's a hard sell, right? You want to stay and help your buddy at all costs. He keeps his foot in there. Again, hand and feet, good post, good anchor. Good job here by Booker. Again, look for someone. He stays on 45. Maybe be a touch more aggressive, but I mean, that's so nitpicky, and I don't know how he was coached. Solid play from 52. All right, 4th and 1 situation. So we're going to get a double team right here between Booker and 75, trying to work up to the next level. Double team here, base block here. Running back just trying to get right here, just trying to get the first down. This is a play, I think it's either a mistake or just a play that would never get called in real life. So it's 4th and 1, right? Everyone's going to be pinching inside for the Baltimore Ravens trying to blow this play up. So what happens with the Dallas Cowboys? They actually leave number 90 unblocked, and he almost makes the play, forces the running back to run wide, prevents him from getting the first down. I don't think that ever happens in real life. I think this was a mistake from 75, or just as a play call that you would never call against this defense in a real life game. But regardless, we get a double team right here, and Booker, he catches a little bit more than I would like, but not a terrible rep. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. We can see the double teams inside. 71, decent little pop there, but gets beat there across early. Come on, you got to finish, dude. I mean, he does a little bit of work there. He uses his length okay, went a little bit better. But again, he's a backup, right? Again, not a bad... I mean, that should be enough to get you the first down right there. But you see how the running back has to bubble it to avoid number 90? This has got to be a mistake, or just a play you would never call. But we look at this double team here. Again, not a great double team with Booker with 75. He catches a little bit more than I would like, but not terrible, right? Again, he runs his feet. The initial part, not good, but he keeps driving, keeps working, gets a little bit out of it. Again, they get stuffed on the play, so not a good outcome from the Dallas Cowboys. Need to work a little bit more on the initial shock, but overall, not terrible from Booker here. All right, how about some pass protection? Really smart, savvy play from the young guard. So how this is going to work out is the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to run a stunt. They're going to have this defensive tackle go inside this direction and loop number 58 around while also firing number 35. Like I said, it's the Ravens in the preseason. They don't care. They'll throw complex stuff at you, even if it's with their backup. So what we're going to get here is man-on-man here, and we're going to get man-on-man here, and the center is going to go into this gap, and 62 comes to him, and Booker's supposed to go to 62 man-on-man, but when he goes away and disappears, when 62 goes, Booker then keeps his eyes on a swivel. He doesn't fall for the cheese with number 35. He knows that's 42's job. He waits for the other guy to come around and picks him up. Smart play. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. We can see the offensive line sliding to the gap to the left. You can see 62 going all the way across the formation. Booker, he sees 35 coming, but he doesn't fall for the cheese, right? He knows 58's coming and picks him up, allows the quarterback to sit in the pocket, throw the ball for a nice little gain. Again, 42 is, it does okay, right, considering his size. But Booker, nice job. Don't fall for the cheese. You see him coming. Don't overreact. Don't say, oh my gosh, I got to get him. You know your job. Do your job. Do your job. The Bill Belichickism that is so critical to every team and every player right here. You know your job is to pick up the stunter coming around 58, and that's what he does. Nice rep. All right, more pass protection. The Cowboys are going to slide the protection on the play side to the gap to their left. So center's taking this gap, left guard taking this gap, left tackle taking this gap, which means man-to-man on the backside. Booker man-to-man on number 62. 62 for the Baltimore Ravens is not a pass rush specialist, but he's going to three-way go. He can go outside. He can try and go through. He can try and go inside. None of them work because Booker's just better at he is in this kind of thing. Let's check it out. Right, there's a snap. You can see center, left guard, left tackle, all take the gap to the left. Booker, man-on-man, squares him up, locks him down, no problem. This is one of the things I love about Booker and why he stands out as a first-round pick is that when he gets his mismatch, that's what this is. 62 is not a pass rusher. He wins and makes it look easy. I mean, this is just easy, perfect technique, just clinic tape kind of stuff. Covers him up, does a good job defending the bull rush. Nice job from Booker. All right, thank you for watching this film review. The good news is this is just part one of this series. If you want access to the rest of the content, the rest of the plays, become a member of my Patreon, all 22 with Nick Rudman. There's a link in the description box below that will take you right there. Once again, Patreon account, my account, all 22 with Nick Rudman. We've got all kinds of special content, deep dives, film reviews for you, the fan. Make sure you check it out, and I hope to see you there.